This is a Rogue Media Network podcast.
Thank you.
It's.
Yes, I gotta promote.
I was gonna and if he gets tired of it, he could put it on the table.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
That was,
Or put it on the floor, whatever.
After on 16, there's a crap ton of forks.
Oh yeah, when you're done. Okay.
What a blessing you all
You can't
are.
eat on camera.
That's fine. I don't like that anyways because
Yeah.
you just getting all in my mouth. That's weird.
Okay. That's weird.
Hey everyone, you're listening to The Public Affair with me, Andrew G. I see someone different every episode, but do me a favor, keep it between us.
Hey guys, what's going on? It's me, Andrew G, and welcome to another exciting episode of The Public Affair. First of all, I just want to shout out to the studio because Josh changed it up just a little bit. You guys know I hate those couches. Everybody loves this studio, Micah. They do. I really hate those couches so much. I hate them with a passion.
Oh.
I'm the only person that hates those couches, though. Just like I told you, I'm like the lamest person ever.
It's iconic.
But
though.
I guess it can be, right? But I love these chairs. These chairs are chairs.
These are nice too.
Yes, I've only used these chairs in a few episodes, so feel special.
They feel good. The color is nice.
Right?
I love it.
Don't you like the ensemble?
Yes.
Hello. Okay.
I need it for my place.
Yes, okay. You guys, thank you so much for tuning into this episode of The Public Affair. I encourage you to like, share, and subscribe. And of course, shout out to Josh and Rogue Media Network for producing this episode of The Public Affair. Now, before we continue with my very special guest, who I'm anticipating to have such a good time with, I'm just going to give a shout out to just a few of our sponsors of this episode of The Public Affair. This episode is, of course, brought to us by David Santabañez with Alinea Real Estate. He's the number one sales agent in his office and has been for as long as he's been sponsoring The Public Affair, which is going on 6 years now. So, David, doing the damn thing. Congratulations to you and all that you are achieving. That's right. You can follow him on Facebook, on social media. If you guys don't know how to buy a house, you don't know what the process enthralls, hit up my boy David Santabañez. He's going to make sure he walks through the process step by step and make sure that you're not kept in the dark and getting you the best deal on a brand new home or property. You can even sell the one that you're in as well. You know what I mean? Because David's just like, se habla español también. To my boy David Santabañez, thank you so much for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair, of course, to one of my favorite and the best authentic Creole and Cajun cuisine in Central Texas. That's why I'm talking about Armstrong's Bayou Cafe with my girl Anika Armstrong. That's right. She's serving the most authentic and the best in signature crab cakes, pasta, seafood. The potatoes are potatoing. Everything there is so good. I love indulging the gumbo because it's going to be freezing this weekend.
Yes.
We're expecting the cold. Nothing like a warm thing of gumbo to just keep your warm. You tell me all warm. Hello. You guys can catch her. Union Hall, Union Grove. Follow Armstrong's Bayou Food Truck as well as see where they're pulling up near you. And of course, ask for catering as well. Anika Armstrong, thank you so much for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair. Of course, the Blue Star RV Services with my boy Manny Guerrero. He's a mobile RV tech who can fix all RVs, travel trailers, fifth wheels, tow houses, and so much more. My boy Manny and his team, they deal with the warranty company, so you don't have to deal with all that mess, okay? Just pay the small service fee. Me and Micah, listen, we want the side with the burger. We're tired of you going to the food truck, right? We're tired of going to the food truck and something don't work. The stove doesn't work. Listen, Blue Star RV Services is going to pull up no matter where you are, and they're going to get it taken care of. And if you're a full-time RVer, I highly encourage you to keep them in your back pocket because they're the best. Blue Star RV Services, thank you so much for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair. And of course, we can't continue without thanking my boy Jeff Davis, the Texas car plug at University Mazda Kia. Hit him up to get the best deal on a brand new or pre-owned vehicle at University Mazda Kia. Listen, if your credit's not crediting, it's good credit, bad credit, no credit, whatever the credit looks like, he's going to jump through every single hoop and flames to make sure that he's getting you taken care of and approved, rolling off the lot in something cute so you could just show off. You know what I'm talking about? And he's easy to work with too. When you're working with a sales pro, you want to make sure that you're working with somebody that you can trust and that's not going to just, go in over your head. And Jeff Davis is definitely the guy to work with. So make sure you guys give him a call with the number on the screen. Jeff Davis, thank you so much for all you do for me and The Public Affair. I truly appreciate it. All right, guys, I'm super excited. I just machine gun through all that in one breath, so it takes a lot out of me.
Talented.
Hello. Say that word again. I didn't hear you.
Very talented.
Okay, talented.
Amazing. Superb job.
Thank you so much, Micah. Tell that to that one bitch in my DMs. Kidding. Hello.
You heard what he said.
Hello. Okay. Listen, you guys. I met Micah Wilson last year. You highlighted The Public Affair. You reached out to me. You highlighted The Public Affair on Channel 6.
Yes.
That's KCEN News.
Yes.
Yes, and I appreciate you for doing that so much. And so that was our first interaction with each other. Fun fact, Brandon Coate was on the show.
Yes.
And at first I wanted to have you both together. But then I was like, no, I think they're worthy of their own episode. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the three of us in here would have been a hot mess express.
Oh,
Could
it
you
would have
imagine
been
that?
8 hours long.
Hello. It would have been like a 10-parter. But, there's a lot that I wanted to get to know about you individually as well, and some of your thoughts, especially with a lot of the current events going on in town. There's so much I want to get into, okay? But you guys, I really so grateful, and I want you to welcome just another kid from the creek. Hello. From Channel 6, KCEN News. Welcome my very special special guest Micah Wilson on the Public Affair. Hello.
Thank you so much for having me. And yes,
Yes.
it's funny that you said my hashtag. My hashtag is just Kid from the Creek. I do want to explain that real quick.
Please
People
do.
are like, what is that? What creek are you from? I'm very big on community. No matter where I'm at, I want to represent my community. I'm from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma.
Yeah.
And my neighborhood is Chisholm Creek, and we call it the Creek.
Uh-huh.
So as an ode to my neighborhood and staying true to me and my family, 405 to my city.
Hello.
I always got to say that. I put hashtag just Kid from the Creek. And
Right.
it's so funny. People will start seeing me in the store and now say, hey, just Kid from the Creek. They may not know my name is Micah.
Yeah, yeah.
But they know hashtag just Kid from the Creek.
That's cute though. I like that, and I love the hashtag. I saw that when I was doing my homework on you, and you know, yeah.
What you see?
I saw some things.
Oh,
I saw some emails.
Well,
I saw some retaliation videos. And that it was
indeed.
okay. Hello. Well, you got sometimes enough is enough, and being modest is. Yeah, we talk about on the show all the time.
Oh,
I've been
I was
quiet
trying
for
to clap
6 years.
back.
You have to clap back now, because you know what they think that they could just be on your neck all the time.
And
you-
I'm a real person.
Hello. And, you know, we do the best that we can to keep it cute.
Yeah.
With all due respect. But we have our limits. We're human.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Being behind the camera don't mean shit. Okay. And I'm not now, I tell everybody, Mike, I'm not about that action. I can't fight.
With my position, I'm gonna keep my mouth shut on
Hello,
that. Okay. but hey, that's another reason I put. Listen, I tell people
we know what was going down on the creek.
I put hashtag just Kid from the Creek because I want people to know there's good people who come from my neighborhood.
Exactly.
One, that's number one. Number two, I'm about that life. Not
okay,
well,
okay.
joking but serious. And
He's
then
not gonna say it, but I'll say it for him. Micah is about that life. Yeah.
and
He'll
then
be on the
three,
picture next.
again, I just want to represent where I'm from.
I got you. Okay. Well, but everybody does tell me that I could fight if I ever had a real fight. But I don't know. We'll see. Maybe one day I'll have a fight. I want to have a fight at 5 Bar so bad.
Well,
and
listen,
be viral everywhere.
I want to go there. I mean, when I went
It's
there,
right there.
Well, when I
Yeah.
went there, the time because people recommended that in True Love, and when I went there, it just wasn't a good day. I think it was a
Okay.
Friday. I was like, okay,
Yeah,
so maybe I need to go on a Saturday.
So I'm not in the club scene anymore.
Okay.
Unless
Neither-
you're paying me to be there.
Okay.
And which is very far and few between, to be honest.
Uh-huh.
But 5 Bar, my good friend DZ DJ's there,
Mhm.
and he looks like it's lit. It's just not my. It's not my thing.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Well, we're kind of in the same boat because
Yeah.
since high school, people have called me grandpa just because
Hello.
I tell people like I'm 84 years old right now.
Yes,
Like
yes.
I'm just kind of like an old soul.
Right.
So the club and bars really is not my thing. I don't like that. But then, you know, I want to meet people my age. You know, that's where they're
Sure.
usually at. And
Right.
so I'm like, ugh.
I'm weird. I don't want to meet nobody unless they're coming on the podcast.
What?
I made a whole list of rules when dating me, which
Uh-huh.
I have a bunch of shit that nobody's ever gonna abide by.
Yeah, yeah,
and,
yeah.
And I'm like you though. I want to be left alone. I'm old and cranky.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I want to be in bed at 9.
That is my thing. I tell people, they're like, oh
Yeah.
my gosh, you do this, you did this, you're extrovert. I'm like,
Yeah.
no,
No.
I'm very introverted because when I get home,
Mm-hmm.
I'm home.
Oh yeah.
But I know how to be extroverted, and I do like meeting new people and learning
Mm-hmm,
that about people. But no.
Not me. Again.
No.
Well, getting to know people on the podcast is another
Yes.
is one thing, but like even when it comes to dating, I hate learning people and their quirks and what makes them mad and who's gonna text first. And I am so
Yes.
I'll just be a hoe the rest of my life.
oh
It's easier. Yesterday I was a hoe. They left and it was perfect. I went to sleep.
It worked for you.
It
but
works for me.
I do kind of get that because it's
Yeah.
like, how many times you gonna ask me what do I do for a living? How many times
Yeah.
we gonna go over what's my favorite color with these
You
different
know,
people? It's just like,
yeah.
oh my gosh, just skip the dating phase. Let's get married.
That's it. And we're not taking holiday photos and matching PJs neither.
Oh,
I can't imagine how exhausting that is.
That's
Shout out
not
to
for me.
y'all be looking cute. Don't get me wrong. Just not for me. You know, Micah, you talked about community just a second ago. And, you were probably one of the very few media outlets to highlight the public affair, on a media outlet
Yeah.
on YouTube, And so I want you to know that I'm truly grateful for that. And it meant a
thank
lot more
you.
than you think. But, I also noticed that you do that for quite a number of local businesses. And so I wonder,
Yeah.
why is that so important for you?
I just feel like with me and my platform, I feel like my role as a journalist is to showcase a community and be there for the good, bad, and the ugly. Not just report on these things. I also need to be a part of a community and showcase. And I feel like it's not right to report on something and not know anything about a city or not having been there. And one of the ways for me to explore a city is I like to eat.
Oh yeah, give them a shout out. The turkey. Hello, it's been sitting there. Wait,
Yeah,
who
shout out
gave-
to Turkey
you
Leg
made-
Shack. Hold
Turkey Leg Shack. You made Micah fucking 20 minutes late for the
I'm not-
podcast. Okay, yes you did.
I'm not gonna
Hey,
eat
she
it, but I
looks
do want to
good.
show it. But it looks so
No,
good. It's
it
fried.
does look good.
Like
Hello.
stuffed catfish, mac and cheese, and it has
Yes.
some.
That looks like it's
shrimp
breakfast,
on
lunch,
there.
and dinner, though. I'm not gonna lie.
Well,
That looks like it's breakfast, lunch.
okay,
and
but
dinner.
no lie. It really is because I wake up so early, and so
Oh yeah.
yeah, this is the time.
But
Because after
you-
this, I'm taking a nap.
Hello.
Well,
Yeah.
So
No, because you've got to be at the station at like 3 a.m, right? Something like that. I
Yes.
texted Brandon that early one time, not sliding in his DMs, but
Yeah.
I just be up at that hour.
Yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
Like I'm starting my day at 4 or 5 in the morning most days.
Oh.
I am, and he's like, it scares me when people message me this late,
Yeah.
or this early, and I'm like, oh, I'm up with you. Like we good. You know what I
no,
mean?
that's crazy because
Yeah.
I am a natural night owl, so my body is always
Really?
confused.
Okay.
So like my body fights against itself, but I miss going to bed at 3 a.m. And I can do that on a Saturday. But no, I wake up at 2:15. That's when my alarm goes off.
Okay.
And then we have a morning meeting at 3 a.m.
That's crazy.
So,
yeah, okay,
Yeah.
No, I get. Okay, that sounds like my cup of tea. By the way,
Oh,
I need to.
okay. Then let's switch.
Yeah, we can switch. You can be the host of the public affair,
Oh,
and
we
then
gotta
I'll,
put this
go
on
ahead.
the
Go
table.
ahead. Yes.
We don't want to mess it up.
No, you're good. And then I'll be on KCEN News 6. Okay.
Okay.
I told Brandon that when I was a younger kid, I wanted to do the weather. I always wanted to be the weatherman.
Same.
I did, but then I ended up sleeping with the weatherman instead when I got
Oh.
older. So I was like, okay, well, something worked out in regards to the weatherman, right?
Well,
Not for KCEN.
you
but
were
a different
with
outlet.
the weatherman.
Yeah. We told a different kind of weather. Something else was in the forecast.
Zip and lock it.
Yeah,
Throw the key away.
Okay. Hey, let's talk about some current news.
Ooh,
Some
yes.
current news that you've even been reporting on.
Oh well, I do
Okay.
a lot.
Yeah, you report on quite a bit.
Uh-huh.
Some of the shit that I be seeing on social media in regards to these just makes me sick.
Oh yeah.
That I'm not saying that piece of garbage's name, and they can get mad at me for saying that. But the person that was abusing that child,
Oh yeah.
it was one of the most cringe
Gosh.
things I've ever seen. And to think of what we have access to.
Ugh.
Do you know? I
Yeah.
wonder when you come across stories like that. Your job is obviously to report things. You know what I mean? You look like you have a lot of thoughts.
Yeah.
Okay.
I will say that is one of the hardest things as a journalist is to keep yourself out of it and not to make yourself a part of the story and to report on what is known and again not giving an opinion. That is so hard to do, but I strive my best to do it. And it sucks when people claim that you're doing it and when you're not.
Yeah.
But that specific story, it was wild. I got home and I got a message from someone. And this is how, thank you all. This is why I talk about being in a community because
Yeah.
I get messages to let me know so then I can share it. So thank you all. It's not just me. It's
Right,
you all
right.
helping me out. But I got a message about it like, hey, did you see this? I'm like, what? You know, I was
Yeah.
actually looking at that video. So then I reached out to the person, got the information. Waco PD reached out to them. They said they posted the release. Fast forward later on. The grandma, she messaged me at like 8 o'clock, and
Yeah.
she was like, "Hey, I do appreciate you for your coverage. You know, I feel like I can trust you. You've done well so far.
That's good.
I want to get out some more information of what's happening from us because
Sure.
a lot of people were saying a lot of things
Yeah. Well, yes, I was gonna say that.
online, which I don't think people realize how difficult that is. Me personally, as just the journalist sharing it, I recently turned off my comment notifications just because it is overwhelming.
Good for you for doing that. 'Cause I was
Um,
going through your comments and I was like, my God.
Some of them are so
Some of
vile.
them are vicious.
And
Yeah, some
I'm
of them are
like,
vicious.
we don't know. We're just getting a small glimpse into
Right.
someone's life that whether they asked it to be public or not, now it is. And we're getting a small glimpse. And now you're making these comments about them when they can't even process their own trauma and what they're dealing with. So that does 110% frustrate me. And with that situation, I'm going to be honest, it did. And I was talking to the mom over the phone. I was like, listen, person to person, like journalist aside, like I do feel for you
Right.
because I am a person. I was like, I have
Yeah.
a niece that's 2 years old. I can't, she's so happy.
Right.
I can't imagine her going through something like that because she said that her grandson's attitude changed. And I'm just like, I feel you person to person. But did I say that, online and any of that? No, I didn't because
Right.
the focus is on them. But
Sure.
so That was difficult, and it was like I'm getting so much information because someone did comment on my page like, "Why are you all not mentioning that he's a Fort Hood soldier?" I said, wait a minute, I didn't know.
We didn't know. Yeah,
You just told me that. Now I'm going to reach out
Right.
and get the information, but
Yeah.
I didn't know at first. So it's a whole balancing act. But that story is. My word is always interesting.
Yeah,
So
sure.
that it is interesting.
But and there was a lot of things exposed on that story.
yes.
I know one of my a guy that I know. I mean, we're real cool. I've even invited him on the podcast, Josh Rosales. He is military. You know what I mean? And was like, hey, this is he put that to light. And I think it's important, when things like that come to light because we expect these people to. When I say these people, I mean like military for that matter, to have a certain level of decorum.
Yeah.
And what an embarrassment that is to the military for his actions, and surely I don't know what the update is now, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I'm sure they're handling it the way they need to handle it, you know what I mean? But it was disturbing. And I always, you're right. People make all these comments like they're hold on, wait, because now it's going to get messy.
Oh, goodness.
Listen, everybody want to be the news. Micah, hold on. Everybody want to be the news. Everybody want to act like they... And I'm not just talking about this particular story. I'm talking about just in general.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to be the first to report. And that can be damaging, and it can be scary to the community as well, because even just yesterday, thank God nobody was hurt, but I think it was South Waco Elementary had a situation going on.
Oh, my gosh,
Yeah,
yes.
and people... If you don't know facts and you don't know what's going on, it's not okay to just be posting something that you have nothing to fall back on, because now you're riling people up and they're getting scared. These are people's kids that we're talking about.
Yes.
You can't go in there and say somebody had a knife in somebody's freaking neck, and then that's not true. Because now every parent whose kid goes to South Lake Elementary is going to bombard school,
That is one of the things that, yes, I am so big on. I always try to preach media literacy just because I feel like it's needed. Yesterday I posted something and people were like, oh, Mike, you don't have to explain yourself. I was like, well, personally, believe me, I already know people are going to think what they want to think. But I was like, however, with media literacy, I always take it as an opportunity to share why I posted something, why I shared something, how we got to this point. But that is very important. I say the difference between regular people and journalists is we are supposed to, again, unfortunately, I hate to say this out loud, but unfortunately there are people, but like most of us, I mean, you have these rules and procedures of that you go through this checklist before you share the information. And that's why, and I always tell people, I am acting as a communicator between these entities and the public. So instead of having 16,000 people, reach out to Waco PD on something, you'll have like maybe 5 journalists reach out to tell all the people, to push out this information, and it be fact checked and truthful. And that's the thing, is you get so much information in, you can't just put out false information. I don't like that.
You can't, and I don't like it either.
People.
Well, there's definitely those certain people on social media too that I don't know how you just post something that you don't have a fact about. And maybe not just post, but even say things. Like, I'm a very contextualized type of person. So, like, even when something is going down, you can't tell me, like, 100 people can't tell me something about one person, and then the only thing they have to go off of it is say, oh, well, because all these people are saying it. No. I need facts, darling. I need works cited.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
I need sources. I need what do you call the Dewey Decimal System. I need that. I need that.
Explain how you got here.
I need to know facts. So I'm not
Exactly.
like, so for instance, like when it comes to like the poor little child, which I hope he's doing okay, to the family. I'm sorry you guys had to endure that. And then, to the situation yesterday with the school, it's dangerous. At the end of the day, it's very dangerous. God, we have to take a quick break, Micah.
Okay.
I want to get more into it.
Pay them bills.
No, hello. I want to get more into it because I have a lot of questions about, just people who think they're journalists and the news reporters this, that, and the third, and of course more about you. But of course we're going to take a quick break now. When we get back, you guys, I'm going to have more of my very special guest, Michael Wilson, here on The Public Affairs. So stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Hey guys, I hope you're enjoying this exciting episode of The Public Affair. My very special guest, Michael Wilson from KCEN Channel 6. Now, before we continue, I'm just going to give a shout out to just a few more of our sponsors because he likes this part. He said, that's what he said. He said, it's cute. And they're going to hire me to do their advertising. I'm kidding. I want to give a huge shout out to Banda's Hauling Service with Julie and Anna Banda. That's right. They rent dump trailers. You fill it up, they haul it away. They also do junk removals and tree bush removals, and they haul cars in and out of town. They also offer roll-off dumpster services as well. Banda's Hauling Service is 100% reliable, punctual, persistent. They're fantastic to work with. And Julie Julian, he just is always one to be counted on, especially when the car breaks down, you need a tow. You know what I mean?
yeah.
He'll pull up on you. I always have to be careful how I say that. But Julian's he's such a great guy. No, he truly is. You definitely want to keep that number in your back pocket. Everybody on the number on the screen, Banda Selling Service. Thank you so much for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair. Of course, to Chefito's Kitchen with Al Gutierrez and Adriana Gutierrez serving the best in Latin cuisine. If you haven't been there, Micah, you have to go try them out. They're at Union Grove in Woodway.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, if you like Puerto Rican food, Cuban food, food from Peru. If you want, even Mexican food. They're fantastic. I love going over there and indulging in all my Puerto Rican cravings. They're the best Spanish food in Central Texas. Argue with your mother. Don't argue with me. Follow them on social media at Chefito's Kitchen. Ask for catering services as well. Adriana, Al, thank you guys so much for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair. Of course, Sid Rodriguez at Elite Barbershop located at 135 North Hewitt Drive, Suite 121. You can call the number on the screen to book or download the Squire app as well to book with your favorite barber, including Marcus Guerrero, Chris Reyes, Santos Cordova, David Rodriguez, Isaac Chavez, Isai Reyes, Sam Ceballos, and Kayla Chapa, making you look as snatched as I have for more than 270-something episodes of The Public Affair. I'll be losing count, girl. Don't play with me, okay? Elite Barbershop is definitely the best. They have a family-friendly environment, and Sid and his team truly live up to the phrase elite. So thank you guys so much for sponsoring this episode. And I want to give a huge shout out, of course, to Soko Soccer Academy. With Dominic Gutierrez and Ariana Gutierrez, they offer team, small group, and individual skills training at 5100 Franklin Avenue. They also have elite skills training to make your kids superb star athletes and some of the best childcare services, both daycare and after-school programs. Soko Soccer Academy is truly the best. Make sure you guys follow them on social media at Soko Soccer Academy. And all my adult friends, if you guys are into playing soccer, they host various leagues throughout the year. So make sure you guys follow them. I can't be going to all the games, Micah. They be fine. Okay. I can't be going to all the games, but you know what? No, here's the thing. Soko Soccer Academy offers a fantastic environment for everybody, where everybody is welcome, and that business truly is one of my favorite local businesses in Central Texas. So you got to go highlight them at some point.
Okay,
I'll give you his number so you can go over there. Okay.
Okay.
But you know what? Welcome back to this episode of The Public Affair. Thank you so much for tuning in, Brandon Coate, when he did my little nephew, my best friend's son, Giancarlo.
That's okay.
Yes.
Real quick.
Baby
Time out.
Hello.
Brandon had us all upset, had me and my co-anchor upset because one, in his tease on TV, we were making fun of him. We said, "Why you held that baby like a bag of Doritos?" He's like, "I'm here with the baby," and then he didn't tell us how to pronounce his name, and so we were like, but you know it's live TV, so you're like, say something. But I was like, oh my gosh, Brandon, why don't you tell us how to pronounce that?
Okay, no, he did such a good job.
He did.
You know what? Giancarlo did not win Baby of the Year, but he should have.
He was like in the top 5.
He
though.
did top 5. Yes, he did. He placed top 5. He was out there killing the competition. But, you know, it was just, that was a lot of pressure, because I was kind of like the one managing that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And pushing it really, really hard. And then when they reached out to Mara Leslie for the news report, I was like, oh shit, this is crazy. Yeah, you know what I mean? That's how I met Brandon. And it was so fun though. Like, and I can't wait when he gets older for me to tell him, you know, hey, you were top 5. You know, I put you a Baby of the Year. I was like, he's our Baby of the Year.
Nation, not in Waco, not in the state of Texas, the nation.
Yeah, that kid, and he should be. He was. He's cute. He's adorable. He's so photogenic, and I actually love that kid. Yeah. Oh yeah, he's a little chubby. You know, he walks now. You know what I mean?
Oh.
Yeah. So he's on their neck now. Yeah. So, yeah. And again, shout out to the person that they did elect Baby of the Year. Because you know, Giancarlo's our Baby of the Year, so it doesn't even really matter. Okay. You know, Michael, I was being a little messy boots just a second ago, but you know, in a way, I find it to be quite annoying for you if I put myself in your shoes, where people, how do I put this, right? People spread a lot of fake news. Your job is to report actual news.
Yeah.
Which sometimes can conflict with each other.
Yes.
Right? Do you ever find yourself in a position fighting with somebody over things like that?
So I always tell myself I'll never get into a fight because these people they don't know me.
Yeah.
And they might try to talk like they do, but my policy for myself is I maybe clap back one time and just end it. Like I remember recently somebody said, I posted about this fire, and they were like, do you ever post any cuss word explicit of important or something like that? I said, I don't, and yet you're still here. Because what you're following me, but you're gonna say what?
Right.
And I try my best to again explain things to people why I post what I do, but some people don't want to hear it, and I'm not about to argue with you.
Okay, argue with your mother. Why do you think people in this day and age find it so necessary to want to be the first to report on something? I get you guys. You guys are news anchors.
Social media is a drug. I don't know why. I've seen people just say stuff, even like just personally, just
Right.
say stuff that's not even true, and just to get. I'm like, huh?
Just to get clicks.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't get it. Like you just need that validation, and I don't really know, but I think that's why. And I'm like, and for me, it's like you're kind of diminishing what I do, and not everyone can do what I do. Like I might be able to, I can change my tire.
Right.
But I'm not going to say I'm a mechanic. And, like they went for that. They know what they're doing. They
Right.
practice it daily.
Yeah.
Yes, you might catch something on video. And thank you for sharing it.
Right.
But, like, you can't do what I do. You don't know. You don't have the same practice or ethics. You didn't go to school for,
Right.
So that's sort of how I feel about that.
Hello. Okay, I feel you. And I think people have a warped perception of what outlets are appropriate for what. Like, people think I'm the news. And they can't wait to like send me screenshots of shit, video, like what they should be doing to you.
Yeah.
He's the person you guys need to don't do that to me. I don't give a shit. You know what I mean? I'm sorry, I don't give a shit. I told that to somebody. I had a really good conversation with them, and I said, I'm a podcast. I'm the public affair. If I wanted to go be a news reporter, I'd go apply at 25 or 6 or 10. You know what I mean? And,
Yeah.
And that's not what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So here's some. You can reach out to Brandon. You can reach out to Micah. You can reach out to Justin Early. You know what I mean? Go reach out to them. Tell them what's going on.
Yeah.
But everybody, hey, wait, do you get annoyed? Because you manage your own page.
Yes.
Do you get annoyed when people tag you in their drama and they want it to be publicized in the news? I said that on live TV and they laughed at me.
Oh, no. Okay, so
Okay.
me personally, I don't, for better or worse, I don't get tags like on Facebook and Twitter, but I know I get DMs, and when I tell you my messages are so crazy, like
Not the two phones, by the way.
you can't because you can't. I mean, obviously you all can't see this
Right.
online, but like look at these messages.
Look, he even left me
I did.
unopened, you guys. Look. I'm even on unopened.
Oh, and this is a lot.
Oh
like
my
this
God! Wait,
is
I don't want to go. Can I just
going
see?
to Monday.
Yeah,
Like
I'm not gonna click on anything. I just want to see. Like I'm just.
it's a lot, and so sometimes I get overwhelmed because I tell people I'm dealing with my personal messages, my work
Yes.
messages, emails, station emails, then that's one Facebook, because sometimes they message my
my
personal
God,
Facebook,
yes,
and
this
then
is
you have
crazy.
Instagram, then you have TikTok,
Yeah.
and it's like
I'm not-
overwhelming. And I'm thankful that you all trust me.
Sure, but
and
this
please
is-
keep sending them to. But
this is a
sometimes
lot.
it is overwhelming,
But
and I
this
feel so
guy-
bad if I can't respond to you. It's not on
Sure.
purpose.
This guy's kind of cute, actually.
I'm hollering.
Yes, but I don't want to say his name because I don't want to get beat up. So here, I'm not going to open the message either. He was kind of cute. You should open that one. But
I'm hollering.
No, but okay, because I always see people maybe will have a dispute with like I don't know an entrepreneur or a dispute between. Here's the thing. I'm from Sunshine of New York, and back in the day it was hood, right? But now it's been gentrified, from what I understand. But I'm taking my shit to the streets. We're not going to social media. You know what I mean? Now, I can't fight, but we're still taking it to the streets. Okay, I'm about my respect. But I kind of chuckle, if you will, when people are like, oh, tag the news and we need to get KWTX and KCEN and KXXV out here. And I'm like, but it's just a personal dispute. Like, why does that have to be publicized on the news?
I think that's the thing too, is just explaining to people what is newsworthy and what's not. And no offense to the people who reach out to me, like, thank you. Keep reaching out to me.
Right.
I can always explain to you kind of what's newsworthy. But for example, I might get a message from a parent at Waco ISD saying, something's happened to their kid, at this elementary school.
Right.
Think of how many elementary schools are in Waco ISD. Think of how many other parents might be going through the similar thing. Now think of Waco ISD as a whole. Now think we cover Waco, Temple, Killeen, and surrounding communities. Think of how many schools are in Temple ISD,
Okay.
Killeen ISD, Cove ISD, La Vega, and just think of all them going through the same thing. It's like, I'm sorry, I can't, yes, it might be a
Right.
serious, but I don't know how to explain to people. And I feel bad because I'm like, I'm sorry, this is important,
Right.
but not for people in Coppers Cove wouldn't care that this happened to a student, at
I understand.
this Waco ISD elementary school. And so
Right.
I think that's the thing. And I hate telling people that, but yeah.
No, well, everybody thinks they have newsworthy stories, and I'm like, no, y'all
Yeah.
are just being some bitches. Just shut up and handle it and move on with your life. Everything doesn't have to be for televised and on the news. And to be honest, to me, that's not a flex.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. I've done 2 news interviews on channel 2010. No, 2010.
One of the numbers.
One of the numbers. Justin Early is on it, and me and
10.
him and I are good friends.
Okay.
And And so, I use that as an opportunity to promote my podcast. I don't give a shit what's going on. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
Like, I don't care to give my opinion on other things, and I asked him that on camera, and the people in the back like started fucking dying. Because you guys, it has to be true. You guys get tagged in everything.
We get
news outlets get tagged in everything.
so much,
Yes.
and I do want to say thank you for like trusting us, and but like some stuff, it's
just not.
unfortunately it's not news, and
Yeah.
I don't know how to say that politely, but it's
Well, I'm gonna say it. Quit being a punk ass. Deal with your shit and move on. Everything does not have to be now. The two stories that we did just reference a second ago. I mean, those are news.
Oh,
you know what
yes,
I mean? Like, especially,
122%.
I'm happy that I hope that justice is being served.
Yeah.
Hey, did you? I know you. If you can't say too much, then we can move on. But just backpedaling with the little boy's family. I mean, you spoke with the mom and stuff. How's that going? Yeah.
They're trying to move out of Waco. Long story short, the man convinced the mom to move to Waco in November. That's where they've been ever since. And then, that happened. And mind you, this is the mom on the grandma, the grandma on the dad's side. So she's like, I believe the mom didn't know what was going on. That's why he went outside for it. But now they're trying to move the kid back out of Waco to where they were. I'm not going to say location because, but that's what's going on. And he, I think he's facing some charges, military wise, some federal ones, and then some state ones.
Okay.
So yeah,
I pray for the little boy, and I don't know like what the involvement with the mother is. I haven't heard too many people talk about her, but I couldn't imagine seeing my child being handled like that.
Well, there were people in the comments, and let me say this. There were people in the comments talking about the mom and shaming the mom. You don't know what she was going through. You're not in her shoes. And she's already dealing with a lot.
Sure.
So I just personally find it disrespectful when you're talking about someone's situation and you don't know. You're not in that situation. You're not in their shoes. Just be glad that the child is safe. And the reason why it's public is because, it was posted publicly, but like, that's her life, and we're getting a small glimpse. And for you to make so many judgments about one person, it does infuriate me. A similar case happened in Bell County where I talked with the family and stuff, and it's just frustrating because I'm like, out of anyone, I'm pretty sure that's her own child and blood. I don't know them, but that's their own blood.
Yeah, for
They're,
sure.
I assume, upset.
Right.
And for you to do that is just
I mean, we can only talk about what we saw on camera.
Yeah.
And we can have an opinion about that because that's disgusting behavior. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree with you. I think that's a very fair statement.
Yeah.
I think, the mom obviously wasn't on camera. A lot of people were saying that was the kid's uncle. Some people were saying, no, that's not true. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The thing is, all we saw was a man abusing a child. That is wrrong. I saw that as a fact.
Yes.
Because it was on camera.
We all
live
seen
in
it.
color. So that person to me is just a disgusting human being. And whether they get help or they thrive or whatever in life, I don't give a shit. But you know what I mean? But I'll end it with this. I pray for the little boy, obviously.
Yes.
And, if the mom had no idea what was going on, whatever the circumstances, I pray for the innocent people involved in it.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Especially for the kid, above all else. Speaking on which, though, you have to make a lot. You have to report on a lot of stories, and there's a lot that goes on. I just took a look at them DMs. Some of them I would have just slid. I would have slid back in. Hello, but you also have to kind of be in a place where you're neutral, and we talked a little bit about that earlier.
Yes.
I wonder how hard that is because you can't really just be opinion like, well, this bitch and fuck her, and this is what happened. You know what I mean?
You know who gets that?
Who?
My parents, 110%. I know they're like, oh my gosh. But I'm like, in order for me to, be this way and neutral and down the line, like, you have to tell somebody.
Yeah.
And my parents, they don't live here. They, don't, besides we don't have any connection. So, yes, I tell them it all in full color. I'm sorry. So if you think nobody, my parents know your business.
Okay.
But
being honest.
And I'm being honest just because, at the end of the day, we are real people.
Right.
I'm not going to tell someone in Waco, Temple, this time marker, something that's going on that you told. No. But like therapists, they have to have that release somewhat somewhere. And for me, that's my parents. And that's where they get my thoughts and opinions. Because I just tell people when I'm doing the interviews, I'm thinking what will work for the story, what is needed, what's a good sound bite and stuff that goes with the story. However, sometimes I will watch it back and I'll process like, oh, I didn't like that comment.
Yeah.
That was crazy that they said this, but I won't do that until after when I'm watching the full story. I'm like,
Right.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, but I'm just thinking with my news brain when I'm doing the thing.
I got you.
If
So,
that makes sense.
So you almost wear like like different kinds of shoes in that
Yeah.
aspect, right? Where it's like,
Yeah.
okay, this is the reporter part, and I just have to be neutral. But once the story's over and I watched it with my friend, it's like, bitch, did you see that shit?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And,
Yeah.
I'll tell someone trusted again, like my parents who,
Right.
they get it. They're not gonna tell. I mean, who are they gonna call here in Waco?
Okay. The public affair. I'm like, girl, I don't know. Keep me out of that, please. Okay. You know, I wonder too. This is kind of messy too. I didn't want it to be messy. I just wanted it to be funny. What do you think the worst of the news? Because you cover Waco, you cover Killeen, you cover Temple. Okay, what city has like the most shit going on? And you just be like, they need to get it together.
Okay, so this is how I will explain it.
Okay.
And when I tell people, I do love this community. Like I do. Like I wouldn't be working as hard if I didn't. So how I view the different cities, Waco is definitely the most city-like. It's the most to do. Love it. However, I feel that Waco has a lot of things that go under the radar because things aren't said, and Waco is more tight-lipped with information, if that makes sense. So there's stuff that happens in the city, but we might not get it all because it's more tight-lipped. Now, Temple, they got some stuff going on. You know, Killeen. Killeen, and I love Killeen. Let me say that.
I love Rancier.
Killeen has the most food, the best food, and to me, that's where I find the most community. However, I think Killeen is just a lot more open, and I feel like that's where a lot of people get this misconception of Killeen is so horrible. And it's the most populated city in our viewing area.
Right.
I don't think people realize that, but I feel like Killeen is just so open.
Yeah.
For better or worse, it is very open because there's a Facebook group. If you know, you know.
Uh-oh.
Stuff in Killeen.
We're all gonna have to do our research. It's
And
called Stuff and Clean?
It's not stuff. I just can't say the word.
It's called Shit and Clean.
Yes.
Okay.
Precisely. But they're very open. They'll show any and everything.
Yeah.
I don't see that really in Waco, and so I feel like just when people share more. You know more, and so you see Killeen loud and clear. I feel like with the other cities, you don't see it as open and loud. But and I feel like Killeen, another thing, just because I will defend this area because I love this area.
Yes.
I feel like Killeen, a lot of things is who you associate yourself with.
Okay.
But a lot of people lump it all together. It's just bad. No, it's. If you're with people, hanging with people who do wrong things, just like with any other city.
Right.
So I always try to defend. If somebody talks about Waco, I'm going to talk. I will defend Waco. If someone talks about Killeen, I will defend Killeen 110%.
I don't detest that one bit. I think that's very fair. Yes, 100%. Micah,
I rep Big B Town. That's my city. Boss City Belton.
Hello. Hello. Mike, I hate that we're running out of time. It's I know we can be here. I feel like we could be here for 5 hours, right? But I think you do a really good job at what you do, to be honest. And news reporters in 2026, you guys got to be kudos to y'all for keeping it cute all the time. Because I don't know that I could be a news reporter. I'd be like, bitch, fuck you. Like, get off my page then. You know what I mean? Like, what you mean? Like, I'm the one who reported it. I got the facts. You don't know. You know what I mean? I would be the clapback. You know what I mean? That would be me. But I do want to commend you on, just doing what you do. And, I've had nothing but the most respect for you and the opportunity you've given to me, and then even meeting Brandon and all you guys, you know what I mean? And so what can you leave us with? What's long-term for you?
Whoo, boy. I sincerely do not know. I'm usually a planner, but I'm just going to let God handle it. I love this community. And I truly do. Like, I would not be working as hard as I do. I wouldn't be exploring this area if I did not love it. But I genuinely do not know what's next. Am I going to stay in news? I don't know. It is tiring. What you think we get paid, we don't. And this is nothing. And this just, we say this all the time. Right. So that's public. I'm not downing the industry or anything. Sure. But and I just don't know the future of it with so many with people turning to social media. I don't know the future of it. So I don't even know if I'm gonna stay in news. Okay. Don't know if I will. Yeah. Don't know where I'm gonna be. But I'm just gonna let God handle it. But something I do want to leave is, I always say this anytime I speak. My favorite quote is, "Don't trade your authenticity for approval. No matter where you are, always be you." Be loud, be bold. I tell people that's my email signature is be bold, and that means to be courageous. That means to take risk. That means to go full-fledged, go full out. You might face some consequences, but at least you tried, and that's no risk, no reward. So that's my favorite thing is I want people don't trust your authenticity for approval. Only you can be you. Some people are going to love it. Some people are going to hate it. I'd say for me, 1,000 people see me. Some people hate me. Some people love me. Oh, well.
Yeah.
I'm not too safe. At least you feel some type of way about me. Well, I want to make sure those who like me love me. And if you don't like me, well, you have options.
Sorry for you.
Sorry
That's really well put. I appreciate that. And Micah, thank you so much for coming on to the public affair.
Thank you
I truly
for
appreciate
inviting
it.
me.
It was a lot of fun. We'll have to get it next time. Next time we'll do the three of us. It'll be great. Okay, we'll get the streamers and everything. You guys, if you want to follow Michael Wilson on social media, you could do so at just Michael Wilson on Facebook. You can see all his news coverage. You can catch him on KCEN Channel 6 as well for the time being. well, he's on.
Who knows?
And you guys are such an eclectic group of anchors and reporters as well. I think you guys are like a good little mix.
And shout out to my morning team, Brandon. I would say eat down, hardest working reporter. Like that man works hard. I joke with him, play with him, but like he for real does his job and he does it well. Shout out to our editor Dominic. Shout out to my co-anchor Jasmine. Shout out to our meteorologist Faith. We get up at these crazy hours and we do the thing. Shout out to them. They really cool people, and I like them in real life. I just want to point that out.
That's good. Well, I'm happy. Yes, you got the chemistry is it looks genuine. 100%. Yeah. So big shout out to all of you guys. And thank you guys again so much. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Now, Micah, before we go, and I know the food's getting cold, okay? He's trying to eat. He got a long drive home so he can take that nap. I'm just going to give a shout out to just a few more of our sponsors of this episode of The Public Affair. Of course, the Pollo Box and Audio at Jeffrey Monreal, home for all your LED needs and audio accessories, installation of stereos, door speakers, and audio systems. And he also specializes in building custom subwoofer enclosures and so much more. Definitely a jack of all trade and your one-stop shop to get everything done in one roof. My tint job is fantastic. My audio speakers are fantastic. My bass is lit. And that was all done by Pollo Box and Audio. Jeffrey Monreal, thank you so much for all you do for me and The Public Affair, of course, to Hummingbird Party Backdrops and Decor with Ana Limones. Call for all party decor, including beautiful balloon props, giving an extra for your party or event with a number of wooden backdrops as well. If you guys are having an upcoming event and you need some decorations done, she's definitely the go-to person. And her balloon arches and her custom wooden backdrops are unrivaled, darling. That's right. Ana Limones, you can contact her with the information on the screen. Thank you so much for sponsoring this episode. And of course, to JC Painting and Drywall LLC with Julio Arriaga. Contact for all drywall and beautiful new paint for your property, both commercial and residential. His work is honest, true, and can guarantee 100% satisfaction. Truly living by his slogan, just imagine, and we can make it happen. Call the number on the screen today. Se habla español. Muchas gracias, mi amigo, por todo. Julio Arriaga, thank you so much for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair. To all of you guys, I've got more on the way, so make sure you guys stay tuned. 2026 is going to be lit. Michael Wilson, thank you so much for coming on. Enjoy your turkey from Turkey Leg Shack. Make sure you guys follow them on social media, and I'm going to have to try some too because it looks good.
Yes.
And no matter what, don't forget to always keep it between us. That's it.
Cause girl, you're my all. Oh, I need you, boo. Oh, I gotta see you, boo. Hearts all over the world tonight. Hearts all over the world tonight. Hey, little mama, I know you talk to me.
This has been a Rogue Media Network production.